directed towards one sideline here.
One thing that is cool, Kate, it's been really easy to rally together this week for this team because nothing will unite a football roster, in my experience, than having the whole world against you. Heck, even your own fans at home against you. They don't care if nobody thinks they've got a shot. Those dudes playing today, putting that uniform on, they believe they can do this, and the power of that belief is a big deal.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And away we go at the link. On the return, Britton Covey. Returns looking good so far. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Bobby Okereke making that stop.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go to Barkley again. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Micah McFadden able to make the play. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Hurts now from the gun. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They kick the running back in motion. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st down, he keeps it left on the option. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Slot man motioned over. From the red zone now. This finds Smith. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal. Barkley. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Bails out of, and he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown! What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out in his 6th season in the league now is their quarterback.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Locked down. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Darius Slay with the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 32. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he'll get it up to the 44. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Lock. Pass cut by Tracy. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's Locke. Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
They'll motion Slayton left. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. That's the long-tenured Brandon Graham with the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10 now. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
He brings it in. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Locked to throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now for the second time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 27, Goddard makes the catch. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught for the first. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They get 6 and a first down as well.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on first down? And a fresh set of downs on its way.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
They've got first down from the 31. Hurts looking to throw. Taken in by Smith. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Has it in close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Hurts. He's on the move, and he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get 6 more on their early advantage. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Here's Locke to the air. Throwing the out route complete. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. This finds Bellinger. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
From the gun, it's Tracy. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Throwing his Lock. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be touchdown, Brock. Looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. That pass complete to Goddard. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 23. Escapes the puck, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's on the move. And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
These scouts in the NFL, man, they scour the country, right? Coast to coast. You know what they're looking for with defensive players? They are looking for game wreckers. And that is exactly what this defender has done. He has wrecked this offense with back-to-back sacks.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Has it at the 37. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And it'll be Giants football. First and 10 from the 41. A handoff to Tracy. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Josh Sweat making the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Locke looking to throw. The Eagles swarm in and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Jamie Gillen on now to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. It's a two-score game early. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They got this after forcing a punt at the end of one. Flush down now to his left. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll get it up to the 27.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and 3 now. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down throwing for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Throwing here, Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did, got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
On first down, Hurts. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles push their lead to 18. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Locke. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Finds his target, Robinson. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not gonna happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 6 coming up here. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Locke. Pass cut by Tracy. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
The Giants are set to punt. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. The Eagles are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And I know we're normally discussing his work leading the passing game, but wow, we've really had to take note of what he's done on the ground. He's leaned into that part of his game early. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Micah McFadden able to make the play. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
2nd and 4. Escapes out to the left. Now he takes it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Hurts to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. That was Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jason Pinnock there on the tackle.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught for the first. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First and 10 from the 41. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that, but let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They're going play action. He's got Bellinger. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go right back to Tracy. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Josh Sweat making the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
3rd and just 2 to go. Motion man sent left. Here's Tracy once more. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. A give right side to Tracy. Down the sideline inside the 40. And finally stopped at the 34. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
This time it's a passing play. Taken in by Bellinger. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They run. Here's Tracy. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
From the gun on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From the red zone now. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
They motion the slot man right. Going right side, Robinson with it. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The kick by Gonzalez is good. And it shrinks to a 3-score game again. The lead 22.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Gano ready to send this away. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Eagles ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
One of the big lessons you learn transitioning from college to the NFL is you can't get it all back at once, offensively or defensively. But this is the right way to go about it now defensively. You got to get a sack. You got to get something going to stem this momentum, and that might just be the sack they needed.
All right, here we go. Second down. Trying again, following the sack. He lobs it up, left sideline, looking for a chunk play. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Hurts now from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles continue dominating in our opening half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles continue piling onto this lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now here comes the New York offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running this with Tracy. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Big shot to begin the drive. Has him up beyond the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Trying the right side with Tracy. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. Looks like a gain of around 7. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And the Birds bring out the nickel look. Third down coming up. Locked to throw it. He has the first over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Locked down. Has his man, it's Tracy. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here's Locke to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Here's Jamie Gillen on again for the punt. Back deep is Britton Covey. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down. Here's Hurts. That pass caught by Dotson. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Bobby Okereke making that stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Second down now, 7 to go. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. And he did it with his legs, accounting for 3 first-half touchdowns on the ground. Sensational.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. And this has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Locke looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Receiver in motion, headed right. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And defenders are there to get him at the line. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. It goes down as a gain of nothing on the run, and now they're left with 3rd and 14.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
3rd and long for him here. The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And the Eagles will take possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Rolling left, buying some time. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
On 1st down, Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st down, ball at the 36. Barkley trying this up the gut, and he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go to Barkley again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Deonte Banks. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
The Giants offense all set to get started. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. He's got him. That's Tracy. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Cooper DeJean with the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Shotgun now on third down. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're going to have to regroup after this one.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Punt team on the field. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he gets it away from his end zone. Ball taken in at the 36. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's Smith on the slant. And he's taken down at the 30. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts setting up to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
First down throwing for Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how. I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
2nd and 3 now. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. They motion the tight end over. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles piling onto the scoreboard yet again. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles continue adding on to that lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. Jukes out a one-stop. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
Tight end going in motion here. Finds his target, Robinson. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
From the 48. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Giants will have a 1st down. Man in motion out of the slot. Robinson on the inside give. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Josh Sweat making the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
This wide receiver run game, what it really does, Kate, is it tests the soundness of your defense. How assignment sound are you? Well, that was an excellent example of this defense doing its work on the practice field and, more importantly, put into execution on the game field.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Darius Slay with the stop. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. To throw, here's Locke. Complete beyond the marker. He has the New York touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants take 7 points off the deficit. Gano ready to send this away. Covey now to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams and receiver Devontae Smith returning to the field. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You could really tell the defense bit hard on that read option. Everybody went the back's way, and once he pulled it back, he had daylight for days, making the correct read and going for big yardage. Everything they could ask out of him on one play.
1st down from the red zone. The throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Back to throw, Hurts. And he's brought down for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Hurts now from the gun. Down he goes. The Giants got to him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants returning their offense and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He's got Bellinger. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
A handoff to Tracy. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Giants will have a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Throwing his lock. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again following the sack. Taken in by Bellinger.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Lock. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Hanging close, and it does find that right upright. No good. And they continue to trail by, well, Brock, a whole lot more than a field goal.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
The Eagles about set to go on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. Chased out to his right, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
And the Giants going nickel. 3rd down coming. Hurts looking to throw. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day that he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. He broke 50 on his 1st punt and looks to have done the same here. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Locke looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Giants have it to start the 4th in a game that seems pretty far out of reach. All right, here we go. Second down. Locked down. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Locke to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Awareness. That's what I call it, Kate. Awareness. You got to have a game awareness and understand the situation. 3rd and long, you should never take a sack. Put the ball in play or throw it away, but don't take a sack in that situation.
Their punter making his way out now. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. And he drives it towards the other end of the field. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's another carry for Barkley. And this time they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
From the pistol, Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And he'll take it ahead down to the 33. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Complete out to the right side. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Hurts. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort, getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Has it in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. They're going to try to run it in. Barkley. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Call it a gain of 2 that time, and it leaves him only a yard away on 4th and goal.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right, decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. On 4th down, Hurts getting out to his left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. His 5th rushing score in this game alone. And with that touchdown, he's the first quarterback to score 5 times in a single game. It's hard enough to ever throw for 5 touchdowns in a single contest, and it's been even more difficult for him to do so on the ground, but he has, and because of it, his name is now etched into the record books. Well, Brock, not the way I imagined it was designed there on 4th and goal, but I don't think these coaches cared how he got the job done. Just make sure you get in for 6.
Yeah, really just 2 options here as the game speeds up down there, right? Find a throwing lane and execute quickly, or you better escape and make it happen with your legs. He didn't get the throwing lane, the coverage he wanted, so a great decision. You cannot hesitate. You got to go for it, and he sure did, and use that athleticism for 6.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Giants back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Locke. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's Lock to the air. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Back to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
If you're a quarterback and you can't even reach 2 Mississippis on your internal clock before that blitzing linebacker gets home, you are in big trouble with a capital T. And it also shows you how perfectly that linebacker timed that blitz and got home in a hurry.
They're out now, ready to punt it. It's going to be Jamie Gillen doing the honors. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes it in at the 26. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Now Barkley, and he's brought down for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Now Hurts. Taken in by Smith. Down to the 10. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles throwing 6 more on the blowout. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles tack on 7 more to their lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense getting all set for this series. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. To throw, here's Locke. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together, everyone achieves more, and more is 10 sacks.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
The Giants are set to punt. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. He's got this at the 27. And some nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. The home teams and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Motion man right is Smith. 1st down, a run with Barkley. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They run it with Saquon. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Running right, it's Barkley. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Throwing here hurts. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, I'll tell you this, Kate, that's why you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. The offense getting set to go. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They go play action on first. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles are able to get the return down to the 40-yard line before they're stopped.
That's just excellent dime coverage. Excellent dime defense right there. Quarterback, he's going to see a defender in coverage no matter where he looks. The end goal is making him force to throw when he shouldn't, and then capitalizing on the mistake with a turnover.
Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Saquon. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain. And boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They go to Barkley again. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 3 yards almost gets him back to even, but it's going to be 3rd and 11 now. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles rolling here in a laugher. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. They give to Barkley, left side. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him only 3, and that brings up 4th down and 8. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And they're unable to pile another 3 onto that lead.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week specifically because of that miss.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 38. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. Oh, heads-up play from the Giants there. They get to the loose ball and make the recovery. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.